Hi guys, welcome to my presentation on my internship program/project. My program is choosing discipline, choosing between conscious discipline and timeouts. What is conscious discipline? Conscious discipline nurtures emotional intelligence and self-regulation in both students and parents. With conscious discipline, adults are able to stay calm enough to see misbehavior and upset as a signal to teach instead of a punishment. Conscious discipline is also best used in a safe and loving and connected environment. The benefits of conscious discipline is that children can identify and regulate their own emotions. They are able to recognize and acknowledge the emotions of others, develop decision-making skills, and handle conflict in a productive way. A timeout is a negative punishment that parents use for reducing problem behaviors. It is also one of the most commonly used parenting interventions. The best time to use a timeout is when a child is continuously participating in unsafe behaviors and you have redirected them multiple times and they're still doing it. For example, throwing things, hitting people, that kind of stuff. Choosing discipline, choosing between conscious discipline and timeouts. This is about the program itself. My program summary. I handed out infographics to the parents at the Head Start I was interning at. And on the infographics, it explained in short terms conscious discipline, timeouts, and then also included ways that they can use conscious discipline instead of timeouts, like as examples. And I will pull that up. This is the infographic that I used. As you can see, it talks about what conscious discipline is. It says conscious discipline is giving the child choices for the consequences of negative behavior. You also need to explain why the consequences are happening. A timeout is a type of consequence that makes a child sit or stand away from the activity that they were doing for a period of time. While timeouts can be productive, if the child is continuing the same behavior, we should try not to use this as much. And then I gave 3 examples that they could use. They can try and talk to the child and have the child explain why their actions are wrong, and that this gives them a chance to see what they're doing and how to correct it and how it affects others. The second one is to give them choices to replace the behavior. So you can maybe see if they want to help with dinner, or you can see if they want to go ahead and get started with bath time or switch to a different activity altogether. You can also make them change the activity altogether, like I was just talking about. So if they're playing too rough with a toy or with their sibling, you can be like, okay, let's play a different game, or let's play with a different toy, or you can play with the same toy, just let's play a different game. Or you can just have them move on from a different area, like if they're being too aggressive playing with their Legos, you can be like, okay, let's take a break from the Legos for now and then move on to a different activity and then come back to the Legos after. I also had a flyer that I handed out to the parents that just talked about my meetings. It was just find out if they would like more information, how they can contact me. And then I spent time with those parents who needed more in-depth information, and I presented them with the research that I found. And the Head Start has handed out my infographics, and they're going to try and hand them out at the beginning of next semester if they remember. And if a parent is still kind of struggling with disciplining their child at home, they will let them talk to me. My key takeaways: I learned a different way of disciplining children. The reason I chose conscious discipline is because the Head Starts use it as their own form of discipline instead of timeouts. they're not allowed to use timeouts at all. And so I wanted to learn more about it, and I wanted to see how it can stack against timeouts and how we can use it to better help our children understand why consequences happened with certain actions and what they can do instead. I also think that moving forward with conscious discipline, we can help our children learn how to think for themselves and also help them regulate their emotions and understand others' emotions a little bit better. And I think that this allows for children to see how certain behaviors and certain words can affect people emotionally. And I think that will help us create a better society in general. These are the references that I